Hey everyone, it's me, the How To Homemaker. So we're back. I've got some sanding projects on the go. I'm sanding the shelf, trying to get it all the finish off and stuff like that down to the bare wood so I can antique it for you guys. And my palm sander broke. I don't know what's going on. Now it's not even being powered. I think it's a connection in this area right here, because before it was working as long as this was straight. This area here was straight, but anytime I turn the sander and this would bend, then so I think that there's a connection in here that's just not connected anymore because of poor wrapping on my part. I'll show you guys how to wrap your tools after we fix it, because I am not taking this into a person to get fixed if I can do it myself. And so yeah, I'm gonna open it up, we'll see what's in there, see what's going on, and hopefully I can fix it, because yeah, I'm cheap. See you soon guys, bye. So this ended up taking me a little bit of time, just waiting time, because I didn't have the star bits that I needed, and I ordered them off Amazon. Thank goodness for Amazon, they're so cheap. And so that's why this might have taken me longer than I like. That was just the little on-off button. Now this is me taking apart the connector at the base like I was talking about, because this is where the problem was. So I'm expecting to see just loose wires here, but surprisingly enough there wasn't anything. There was no wires. I tried pushing it kind of back under the machine because I thought maybe the connectors were right below that area, but I didn't really see anything. I grabbed my knife here just to make sure that there wasn't some sort of connection in the casing, in the housing of this cable that goes from the cord into the machine here, but there was nothing that I could see. And I didn't want to rip it apart too far, or else my tool would be wrecked and not looking as good as it was. So I decided to just take a couple more screws out, see what I could see for under the machine. I didn't even really need to take these screws out because I couldn't actually get anything out, but I did end up popping this little plastic piece out that was closer to the area that I'm working anyways, and I just seen what was going on under there, and I was able to push the main cord kind of more deep under there so that when I went to attach it, the little area that I cut with the Olfa knife there wouldn't be that big of a problem. So I'm putting the two screws on that I took off before because they were different, so I needed to make sure. And then here I'm putting that little cable clip on, but I forget to put the rubber safety, so there's that mistake here. And then after that, I just end up, I put the safety thing on, I realized right away. And then I put the safety thing back on. And then after this, I just take it outside and I clean it out with my compressed air. I happen to have a bottle of compressed air because I'm working on a different project, sanding Drydex down. And Drydex, yeah, it clogs my sanders all the time. It gets everywhere, so I just use the compressed air to just clean it like that, and it just happened to be out. I cleaned this out, hoping that everything will work by the time that I put it all back together. Here I'm just trying to get the switch back in place because I hate it when you put a tool back together and the switch isn't working properly or something stupid like that. And then I just had a bit of an issue because I pushed that excess wire to the base of the machine, and then it threw the plastic piece off a little bit. So I'm just trying to figure out how to get the cap back on because that plastic piece is moved over. But I was able to force it over just a little bit, and then the screws were enough to just keep it in place. So that is about that. I'm trying to talk for the whole time. Here we go, and I'm done. Okay, ready? But the thing is, it wasn't even that broken. That's my whole point to this video, is that if you have something, one of your tools, I don't know much about other electronics, but I know with tools, it's a good idea to just take the cap off and see what you can see. You don't have to take all apart all the little wires and all the little colors and all the little screws that are in there. I'm not saying you should learn the motor of every tool that you buy. I'm just saying take the cap off and see what you can see, because that was as easy as me blowing compressed air in and getting the cedar sawdust out that was in there, and now the connections are firing again. And that's all that I did. I don't know if that's exactly what fixed it. I'm sure it is, because that's the only thing that I ended up being able to see that was in there that was wrong, is that it was just dirty. And I have heard from the old timers, I should say, pass this knowledge along, is that they do say that cedar sawdust for some reason is particularly bad for your tools as well as your lungs. People develop allergies towards cedar before any other wood, and I've seen it, and I've seen people have reactions to cedar while working in it. So it's a real thing, and it does affect your tools. Any kind of dirt and grime will affect your tools in a negative way. You should clean your tools out regularly, but for some reason they do say cedar is the bad one. And so I did want to mention that, and I do want to show you guys just how to wrap your tools properly, because even though there wasn't a connection in the area, let the bike go by here. Even though there wasn't a connection in the area, it is a good idea to not, because your first instinct is to take this and wrap it right around like that, right? But that, if there was a connection here, good on you, Milwaukee, because you did a good job making it. There was no connection anywhere in the area that could come loose. So, but what you should do anyways, good practice for any tool, even anything, is wrap it like that. And have this area wrapped like this, so you're not constantly yanking and pulling and turning on the connection area where the cord connects to the tool. So that's just something that is a good idea for you to get in practice in for everything that you own, really, because it keeps everything safe. I know sometimes my husband will wreck our phone chargers. I hope he watches this. Anyways, that's all I really have to say. Make sure that you don't waste your money, and see what you can see if something's breaking down. So I'm the How-To Homemaker, and everybody in life makes mistakes. What matters is what you do about it. See you next video, everybody. Bye.